Court just ruled on, I think, 3 or 4 new laws that are really starting to put Project 2025 in motion. If you don't know what Project 2025 is, it is not a scare tactic, it is not a conspiracy, it is very real. This would give the president complete and total power to pass any bill or law he wants. Donald Trump. And all this was made possible because Trump appointed 3 young Supreme Court justices during his presidency, and we are seeing the effects of that.
What you got to say about Project 2025?
Have you heard of Agenda 47?
Say what?
Agenda 47.
Nah.
It's the actual platform that Trump is going to push when he becomes president. It's listed on his official campaign website. Project 2025 is not to be found there. Matter of fact, Project 2025 was created by a conservative think tank named the Heritage Foundation.
It's supposed to make it illegal to be
Has
homeless.
nothing to do with Trump. Trump has neither endorsed nor supported this platform. He has his own.
But I saw on BET.
I don't care what any Hollywood elite or BET Awards show hosted by Taraji P. Henson have told you about Project 2025. It is not a talking point of President Trump's campaign, nor is it something that he's interested in. It's just another tool to fearmonger you and to just continue to vote for the same people over and over again and never breaking the cycle of chaos that we see within the black community. Once again, just look at the decades long of Democrat control over black cities.
Uncle Tom.
It makes sense, man. But listen, do you? Be mad at what you want to be mad at, but you ain't mad at Trump.
Man, shut up, coon.
The things black conservatives go through. As you saw from the intro, we're going to be talking about Project 2025. It seems like this has been the top of mind for a lot of people on the left. Some people brought it up before about how Trump is going to bring fascism in the government. And to me, Project 2025, as you saw in the intro, shout out to that brother in the comment section, not the comment section, in the intro, is articulated pretty well. That's not Trump's personal platform. That's just a general how you call it, advisory kind of thing. It's like a template, right? Just like they have these, let's say, women's for Democrat, and they'll put a policy perception or proposition about what they want done in the government. It's the same idea as the Project 2025 is the same idea as Ice Cube when he was bringing out his platform for Black America. It's the same ish. But the fact that and this is why I don't trust Democrats. How you can lie blatantly in my face and say, oh my God, this is Donald Trump's plan, right? What is Project 2025? What to know about the conservative blueprint for Trump's second administration? Now, you got all these people online. You saw Lizzo. I opened up with Lizzo, all these because at the end of the day, his commentary was based on Hollywood elites. And I don't understand the fear mongering about it. A guy who you're running against has an alternative view of how to run the country. The guy doesn't say the things that you want to hear. I don't understand the fear mongering about it. And calling it a fascist government, what is fascist about the Project 2025 propositions? Disband the Department of Education. Yeah, the Department of Education worked really well for us to in this day and age. I just finished doing a video on how the Department of Education, before it was created, we were #1 in education. After the creation of the Department of Education, we are number 24th, probably even lower at this point in 2024. So what merit do a lot of people have to defend not disbanding the Department of Education? It's not giving us a good result. So there's not really no good functional justification to keep it around. But people like to waste money. This is why I say government only succeed when it fails. It fails to improve government, but we still allow, Department of Education failed to improve education, but you still want to keep the department around? For what? Wasting taxpayer money that could be going to paying off or paying down our trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions dollars of debt. We need to get away from this love of government spending because government spending only creates inflation, in my view anyway. But hey, some people we just gotta learn the hard way, right? So I'm gonna go into this left wing because you see only the left is covering this aspect of Project 25. So let's see what the left has said about this template, this blueprint. Voters in recent weeks have begun to hear the name Project 2025 invoked more and more by President Biden and the Democrats as they seek to sound alarm about what could be in store if former President Donald Trump wins a second term in the White House. Overseen by the conservative Heritage Foundation, the multi-pronged initiative includes a detailed blueprint for the next Republican president to usher in a sweeping overhaul of the executive branch. I don't think not only the executive branch, but Let's continue with this perspective from the left. Trump and his campaign have worked to distance themselves from the Project 2025, with former president going so far as to call some of the proposals abysmal. But Democrats have continued to tie the transition plan to Trump, especially as they find themselves mired in their own controversy, over whether Mr. Biden should withdraw from the 2024 presidential contest following his startling debate performance last month. I mean, Republicans saw it coming. Remember these guys, like these Democrats, Harris Sisson and all themselves. They're Biden's going to destroy Trump in the debate. A week later, now we're talking about Biden dropping out of the race. It's craziness, right? And I think I want to stop it there because this is what the real, I guess, motive for bringing Project 2025 into the forefront is. It's to distract from Biden. It's to try to talk about Trump again. But this is politics. How can you tie a guy to a blueprint that he's neither endorsed? You can't find me a tweet where he's endorsing it, right? You can't say anything about him saying, I'm running on the Project 2025, when Trump has his own Agenda 47. Now, if you're making all this fear mongering about Agenda 47, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's Trump's plan. Yeah. But you making it about something that doesn't have nothing to do with Trump? That's like me going to a socialist manifesto, seeing that the Democrats are implementing some of those things and running on that and say, look, the Democrats endorse this socialist manifesto, allowing illegals to vote. That's not conjecture. That's not me thinking that what you're going to do. That's what you're actually doing. Because why would you stand against, like, this is the House of Democrats. Why would you stand against a bill that merely wants verification that you're an American citizen before you're allowed to cast a vote? Wouldn't you want your bank teller to verify the identity of someone who's trying to get access to an account in your bank? You would want that, right? So why you don't want ID verification for someone who's going to vote in your country to help dictate policy? This is the problem that many people are having with the Democratic Party. You guys are not really fighting for the American people. That's just my thoughts, right? But instead, they want to fearmonger about Donald Trump and Project 2025. Those in the media
does think he's king and would implement Project 2025 and would use these powers to their maximum detriment to the rest of the American people.
If Trump wins, we're doing this show in a camp somewhere. You know, that's the reality of the world we live in right now.
Sometimes I think these are not serious people. Oh, we're going to be doing this in a camp somewhere. No, that's socialist tactics. That's Marxist tactics. Socialists, last time I checked, most of them, or if not all of them, are in the Democratic Party. They do that kind of stuff. They put people in gulags. I mean, remember when Biden won and they were talking about re-educating Trump voters? Y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember that? I remember that. Oh, if you voted for Trump, you need to get re-educated. Huh? But if Trump wins, he's going to put you guys in the gulag. Okay, media. Y'all not really talking about anything that will put y'all in a gulag in the first place, bro. This is the craziness of the left, right? This is the left-wing media for you, right? Trump is trying to distance himself from Project 25, but its architects have shaped his RNC party platform. Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to do it. Remember in 2016? Like, this is the funny part about the mainstream media. They don't report on anything actually informative or factual. When Trump got into 2016, he wanted to build a wall. That was his own personal agenda. The Republican platform in 2016 had a different priority set, and Trump didn't follow along with it. That's why during the 2016 to 2018 time period, he was fighting with his own party to get his agenda going. And you're sitting here thinking that Project 2025 has an actual influence on his administration. Y'all not serious people in the media, bro. Y'all not serious people. To me, y'all just show me who you truly are. You're just a talking head. You're just a mouthpiece of the Democratic Party to push propaganda. You're employing socialist tactics where you repeat something over and over and over again so that the masses believe that it is true. This is craziness. But here's the actual agenda of Donald Trump. President Donald Trump declares war on our cartels. This is Agenda 47, as you can see on his DonaldJTrump.com, Agenda 47. Don't believe people how they frame things for you. Look for it yourself, right? That's why I like to show stuff. That's why I don't like to edit too much on my videos. I just want to show you, hey, look, I see, you see, and if you don't like how I went about it, you can go about it too. You have access to all the information right in front of you. President Joe Biden. Trump declares war on the cartels, ending veteran homelessness, no welfare for illegal aliens, the American Academy message to auto workers because he wants to court the manufacturing jobs because he believes manufacturer workers can benefit from having him as president. I mean, Donald Trump already made a statement, like one of his statements, and I like the part where the left don't cover this about Donald Trump. Donald Trump mentioned that he's gonna remove income tax. Imagine that. You get to keep all the money that you make. I bet that'll help a lot of people struggling right now in Biden's economy. The left don't talk about that because it might make Trump look good, so they don't talk about that. I have a working theory that the mainstream media, majority of the time, like 87% of the time, they're putting out negative news about Trump. How can you be an informed voter when there's an obvious bias in journalism, which is overwhelmingly left, overwhelmingly majority of them donate to the Democratic Party, are registered Democrats, and they're covering Trump 87% of the time, they're putting out negative news against Trump. How, as a voter, can you make an informed decision about the direction of your country when you got the mainstream media telling you that Trump is endorsed or is part of a blueprint that he has not endorsed, instead of actually talking about his actual agenda, what he actually said he would do? Make it make sense. When conservatives were complaining about Joe Biden in 2020 about his Build Back Better plan, it was an actual thing that he said and actually endorsed and actually was pushing on his website. That's what conservatives actually complain about. But what the left do? They mischaracterize. They form imaginations that Donald Trump said something that he didn't actually say. The ridiculousness of the left. They're not a serious party. Trump pledges for homeschooling families. That's another reason I'm voting for him, because I'm gonna homeschool my kid at least till middle school. President Trump's 10 principles for great schools leading to great jobs. I'm done with this credentialism that we have done in our job market, where you have to get a college degree to get a good job. I think we need to disperse with all that. America must have the lowest cost energy on electric on Earth. Trump has shown that he was able to do it, make us energy dependent. He was doing the Keystone pipeline which would have made us produce our own gas, which would have made gas even cheaper. So you got to look at the outcomes, people. You can't just sit here and listen to fear-mongering Democrats talking about Orange Man Banner or Orange Hitler, as Joy Reid will say. Returning production of essential medicines back to America and ending Biden's pharmaceutical shortages. Hey, this is why that's why medicine is so expensive. Because we're not a producer, we're a consumer. We need to be producers again. If you produce something, wouldn't it be cheaper for you than to actually hire someone else to do it for you? Is it cheaper to fix your car by yourself? You just buy the materials and you fix it yourself, or you buy the materials in a different location and you hire someone else to do it for you? Labor is expensive. We need to build a lot of these things in-house. But no, what the Democrats do? They're trying to fear-monger you into believing something that is not true. This is Donald Trump and truth. I know nothing about Project 25. I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things that they're saying. Some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them love, but I have nothing to do with them. Clear message. But what the Democrats are going to go do? Let's take a look. Shout out to Liberal Hive Mind. His video will be in the description if you want to watch the full thing without my commentary. But I just want to talk about the snippet where they try to tie in Trump with Project 25. Let's take a look.
Of video evidence number 1 from the Biden team. Here is Project 2025 leader Kevin Roberts saying that Donald Trump gets full credit for creating Project 2025 and he will enact it if he wins.
One thing I can say, right? Here's how I would, if you're negative about conservatives, this is how a conservative would spin what Biden's doing. Hey, socialists credit Joe Biden for such a progressive administration, right? Oh, you do some things that socialists agree with. They say, hey, look, oh yeah, like you inspired us, Joe Biden, to put this platform out for you. And that's considered an endorsement. This is how, like, people need to critically think when they're getting messaged by politicians and see, okay, I don't care about how you marketed it. I know you're going to say this is the best policy ever, but what are the trade-offs? Because every policy has one. There's a desirability component of a policy and the feasibility component of a policy. And I think that's what Americans need to focus more on, the feasibility, the outcomes. Has this been tried in the past, and what was the result? We need to start looking at policies like a scientist look at an experiment. Focus on the results and outcomes, not how good it sounds. And that's the problem with our current politics today.
And trust me, you're about to learn that that is not at all what he said.
We've been working with all of them on one project since soon after Joe Biden took the oath of office, before any conservative presidential candidates had even entered the race. As my friend and colleague Paul Dans before talked about briefly, our Project 2025 has developed a comprehensive policy agenda, but even more importantly, recruiting people, 20,000 people to go into the next administration, hopefully to help take back this country for you and for your audiences.
So they're trying to recruit people. That's why I said this is the same thing that Ice Cube was doing with his plan for Black America. Remember that one? There wasn't fear mongering about that one. Ice Cube went, he gave it to Trump, he gave it to Biden in 2020. And he's like, yo, Trump was like, hey, I want to take some of these things and add it into my platform. That's essentially what this guy here is trying to do with Project 2025. But somehow they're trying to tie it to Trump. Somehow they try to make this, oh my God, look, it's the, I forgot what was it, the Nazi manifesto, I forgot what it was. It's the Fourth Reich. It's Mein Kampf 2.0. All this fear mongering about what? I have a different approach for how we'll reform the government, because the government is the cause of most problems in our society. You forgive student loan debt with the government's help, and it creates 27% of the inflation that many people are complaining about. So why would you reward a party that is actively doing things, whose approach and policy position is making the problems that's affecting Americans worse? Inflation, the biggest thing y'all complain about. And Joe Biden, your guy, Joe Biden, black people, your guy, Joe Biden, Democrat voter who you helped elect, low information voters who didn't understand the full totality of what Biden's policies would do and what outcomes it will give us. How is it helping us that he's doing things that are contributing to the inflation problem that we see today? But you fear mongering about Project 2025. But what is your solutions to the problems, Democrat? Because that's the biggest concern. This is the biggest talking point I hear against conservatives. Oh, y'all not about nothing. Okay. And then when we are about something, you try to demonize it and make it seem like it's the worst thing ever. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Let's continue hearing it, because I think a Democrat needs to see this, that in no way or shape or form was Trump credited for this. Trump a part of this? Did Trump endorse it? Like, how much evidence do you need? But you're going to listen to the talking heads like Joy Reid telling you, oh my God, it's fascism. He's going to put media in prison. Ridiculous.
We want no credit. We want the American people, if President Trump is elected again, President Trump and his administration, to take credit for that. But it will also be a great sign, if all of this is successful, that in fact, as we know in our prayer time, but maybe not every time when we're watching the news, that the Lord is still smiling upon America.
I want to play a couple important parts back quickly.
Recruiting people, 20,000 people to go into the next administration, hopefully to help take back this country.
We want to bring in all these people into the next Trump administration, hopefully. Now, if Trump was truly behind this plan, if this was a Trump-endorsed plan, I don't think he would have used the word hopefully. Let's play.
I mean, you can watch the full clip by yourself in the comment section below if you don't like the way how I frame it or what I'm showing or what I'm highlighting. But I think that should put the whole Project 2025 thing to bed, right? Right? No, there's Lizzo, the Democrats, they'll still talk about how Project 2025 is dangerous. If Trump gets in, he'll have revenge on the government. I mean, didn't you use the government against him, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden? Ain't your administration doing that? Ain't your party, like every prosecution against Trump is coming from a Democratic controlled area that he had to build business with, New York. Then you got Georgia. And then you find out these Georgia prosecutors, what's her name? Fannie Willis, corrupt, conflict of interest, craziness. But they have the goal to prosecute you and Trump for stuff. Okay. What they say, if you live in glass houses, don't throw the first stone. Craziness. That's the Democrat Party for you. projecting what they're doing onto other people. If Trump wins, this is Kamala Harris, this is your diversity president. If Donald Trump wins, he'll prosecute political opponents. And I'm like, I'm blinking like, no self-awareness from this lady. But hey, this is I'm used to this already, bro. I'm in black my whole life, man. This is the messaging. Like, if I did like one thing that made me make sure I was never a Democrat is when I did any little critical thinking, or if I'm skeptical of anything they say, they really had not much substance to defend their policy ideas. I said, how does that help the black community to make them comfortable being poor? Because how I grew up in the financial kind of stuff, right? Show me the incentives and I'll show you the outcome. I said, well, if you're incentivizing people not to make a certain amount of money, aren't you kind of incentivizing them to stay poor? Hey, story of my life. But hey, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with my kind of synopsis about this whole fear mongering about Project 2025, or you disagree? I'd like to hear your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.